What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Smack Nation. Welcome to Question the Unknown. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Smack Nation. This is your host, Taz B. Hey, thank you for hanging with your boy. We have reached over 500 subscribers. Thank you. You guys have definitely blessed me with your time. Once again, we are just here to do what, chat? Always question the unknown. All right? We got some new videos here. Man, we got some very, very questionable videos here. So we're going to go through them. And once again, only believe half of what you hear and half of what you see. Right, chat? All right. Thank you for hanging in here with your boy. Let's go these creepy videos and see what we got.
Eyes cannot see.
Hello?
Shadowy figures, ghostly faces, and chilling encounters. You were never meant to witness. These are the supernatural encounters that will haunt you forever.
What's going on with that, chat? I can't wait to see that.
A sudden bang echoed through the house. He shot awake, confused, looking around for an explanation.
That's why I'm going to have that pew-pew.
Nothing seemed out of place, but the cameras told a different story. The door creaked open slowly, deliberately, like someone wanted him awake. Whatever it was, it made sure he knew he wasn't alone.
I would have been up.
Neighbor gets taken. A tenant's doorbell camera captured something so bizarre, it doesn't even look real. In the footage, their neighbor can be seen standing outside until suddenly her body begins to rise off the ground.
What the hell? Chat.
She wasn't climbing. She was levitating, as if some unseen force was pulling her away. She tried to hold on to whatever she could, but that didn't seem to help. It did allow her to stay inside the building. Otherwise, her whole posture looked like she was trapped in a trance. The way she floated upward felt unnatural, like something dark and powerful had taken hold of her. The camera caught every second of it, and by the time she slowly drifted back down, the neighbor who filmed it knew this wasn't something they could just shrug off.
I gotta stop it there, chat. Now here's the thing about that one. It said that the neighbor was the one filming. So the neighbor just filming across, or maybe using their door cam, but the neighbor is filming that. So how can that be fake? But my thing is the door's open. Why is the door open? And it almost seemed like maybe she was trying to run and the force was pulling her back. Wow. All right, let's move on, chat. This is crazy. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about that.
Scariest possession ever. What began as a normal day in class turned into one of the most alarming possessions ever caught on camera. A girl suddenly began rising upward, pulled by an invisible force.
She floating up in the air too.
Her classmates and teacher rushed to grab her, but no matter how hard they pulled, they couldn't bring her back down. The struggle went on for several tense minutes until the force suddenly released her. She collapsed in exhaustion, leaving the entire classroom shaken. Whatever tried to take her that day, it was powerful enough to hold off a room full of people.
Wow. Now, chat, he said that was up. At first, I'm thinking that's like a church. You know, churches wear like the white with the black tassels coming down. They said that was school. This is happening at school. Ooh. You know, I seen there was an uptick of people using the Ouija board. Leave the unknown alone. You hear me, chat? Smack yourself. Don't do it.
Vanishing woman. A woman fast asleep had no idea what the cameras were about to capture. Out of nowhere, a dark figure appeared in her room, grabbed her, and dragged her straight out the door. The door slammed shut behind them.
What? Where does that lead to, chat?
No one ever heard from her again. That footage is the only trace left of what happened inside that house. What do you think happened in that house? Share your theories in the comments below.
Real or fake, chat? That almost seemed like a scene from the movie Paranormal. Because they kind of dragged her to the door. You see the sheets coming down. I don't know. Was that from a movie, chat? Real or fake? Comment down below. I'm calling cap.
Scary footage. Don't watch this one alone. A man heard strange noises inside his home and thought an animal had gotten in. But as he investigated, he discovered something far worse. In the bathroom, a hunched figure was caught on camera, its eyes glowing in the dark. The longer he looked, the more unsettling it became. Its body was unusually thin, and it had no ears or mouth at all. Whatever this was, it wasn't human. Shaken, the man contacted the police, but no explanation has ever been given for what.
Probably a squatter trying to get his shower on.
Eerie footage.
Trying to get his shower on.
This eerie TikTok from Nightmare Fuel has people seriously unsettled. In the clip, a woman's hair is suddenly yanked back, and if you look closely, you'll spot it. A dark
Get over here!
Figure lurking in the window just before it happens.
Yo.
But the detail that really shook viewers came later in the comments. Someone claimed to know her and said her mother-in-law had recently passed away. Some believe it's a ghost making its presence felt. Others argue it's just a prank or clever edit. Still, whatever the truth is, there's something about this clip that just doesn't feel right.
That's crazy, chat.
The woman was relaxing, listening to music, when faint, unsettling noises came from her kitchen.
Listening to music, I was on the laptop, and we're hearing something in the kitchen.
Her dog immediately reacted.
Trust the dogs and kids. They know what's up.
Something invisible.
Holy shit.
Curious, she walked toward the kitchen and looked around, but no one was there. She softly called out, "Hello," and that's when it happened.
That dog's like, "Don't go up in there."
Open and slammed shut on their own. Terrified, she checked inside, only to find nothing. She quickly closed the cabinets and ran back into her room. It was then she understood her dog's behavior.
Hello?
Done.
Animals sense things far before we do. Whatever was in that kitchen wasn't human, at least.
Animals and
not
kids,
anymore.
babies, they be knowing.
Haunted.
So, chat, answer me this. What was she going to the cabinet to find in there? A leprechaun? Instead of her just bouncing out of there, she see multiple doors are opening. So what did she really think that was in there? Smack yourself. All right, next up.
House. This man was troubled by paranormal activities that were regularly happening in his home, so he started praying every night before going to bed for protection. But tonight, something powerful was.
What did you do?
He continued his prayer when books started falling from his shelf, getting his mind off of his ritual. And he got distracted, which was a mistake.
Is that him screaming?
The demon moved the entire drawer and shut his bedroom door. Graveyard haunting. A woman named Britt lived.
Come on, man, you gotta man up, bro.
Terror inside her own home.
He's screaming.
It started small, but soon became impossible to ignore. Her dog, Josie, would constantly stare at the closet, frozen.
I promise you,
as
he
if
did something.
Was inside.
Tell you, dogs be knowing.
What is it?
Then Britt noticed Josie acting the same way toward the family graveyard in the front yard. where her grandparents and even their cats were buried. And oddly, Josie wasn't the only animal drawn to that spot. One night, things escalated. After a food delivery, Britt felt her shirt being yanked hard by an invisible force.
Who's that? Oh, delivery. She left her door open.
Shaken, Britt abandoned her home and slept in her van until her family returned from vacation. With a closet her dog feared, a graveyard that seemed cursed, and terrifying evidence caught on camera, Britt became convinced something dark was tied to that land.
Chat. She's out there. She has no man with her, no pew-pew. She has a beautiful home right next to a graveyard. Animals are tweaking. Dog is tweaking. And that's not letting her know she needs to get up out of that piece. Did she get a smack for that, chat? Tell me about it down below. Crazy.
Ouija consequences. What started as a couple messing around with a Ouija board quickly turned into a nightmare. Soon after, strange things began happening inside their home. One night, while they slept, their Google device suddenly went haywire.
The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as a seance.
What? Bruh.
Moments later, the dog began barking non-stop in the basement. The man went to check, and that's when it happened.
Tell your chat, no basements or attics for me.
Oh my God! Those footsteps. Did you hear them?
He was
Terrified, he pushed himself to go deeper into the basement.
Oh my gosh. He went deeper in the basement, chat.
Wasn't all. He later heard people whispering, voices echoing through the house. Yet when he went outside to check, no one was there.
Oh, hell no. The dog's telling him. See the dog?
After everything, one thing was clear. The Ouija board hadn't been a simple game. It had opened a door, and whatever stepped through was now inside their home. Haunted Russian apartment.
What did they say, chat? What was he messing with? A Ouija board. Can't make this up. People think it's funny, right? They start playing with it. They start realizing things are really happening. You know, you don't have any faith, right? Because you're putting your faith in that type of nonsense. Things going to happen.
For 3 years, a man named Alexander lived in his Russian apartment with no problems. But then, everything changed. For a month straight, he began experiencing terrifying events. Loud knocks in the night, objects moving on their own, and even one night when something grabbed his wrist. The activity grew worse each day. Before moving out, Alexander wanted proof
picks
of
up
what he was
energy,
dealing
gets
with,
worse.
So he set up cameras. What he captured was shocking.
Wow.
Сразу же скачу. Включит свет. Это может не напугать.
He's right. Anybody would be afraid in that position.
Просто знакомый звук. Изредка я услышал. Похож.
Strange events happened even when he wasn't home. Hoping for clearer evidence, Alexander set the camera again, this time with the lights on. But nothing could prepare him for
I saw
what
that,
came
chat.
next.
Я смотрю, у нас сегодня рыбный день. Что там осталось? Ну, что вам сказать?
catch it? Right behind him, a pair of legs appeared. No torso, no face. Just disembodied legs that vanished the second he noticed them. Some believe this was
real or
the
fake,
spirit
chat.
of a former resident
Real or fake.
returning to reclaim the apartment. But one thing's certain. After that night, Alexander didn't stay another second. He left the apartment for good. Graveyard figures.
Smart man.
Exploring a graveyard at night is already unsettling, but one YouTuber decided to take that risk. At first, he noticed what looked like a single shadowy figure moving among the graves.
I see it. See it, chat?
It resembled a human spirit, and seeing it shifted his beliefs about the supernatural right away. But that was only the start.
They just turned off all the lights or something.
Soon, more figures appeared one by one, surrounding
That's
the
a
area.
witch covenant
He
or
stayed
something
as
like
quiet
that.
as
Some type
possible,
of covenant there.
observing them without being noticed. Realizing things were escalating, he slipped out before it was too late. In a place like this, bravery can quickly turn into danger.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He lucky they didn't see him.
Manhole creature. In an alleyway in Hollywood, someone stumbled across a strange manhole cover marked with odd symbols. Curious, they lifted it open, only to be met with something completely unexpected. From the darkness below, a creature suddenly lunged upward, giving them the fright of their life. They stumbled back, shaking, before...
Chad, that looked like a human head. What was he doing in the
markings on the lid itself
underground?
Made things even creepier, with one design resembling the head of Baphomet. Whether it was a prank, an animal, or something far stranger, no one has been able to explain it. Hair inside grave. A group of friends were exploring a graveyard, and while scanning the graves with a flashlight, one sight made them freeze. Long black strands of hair were spilling out of the soil, sliding eerily across the surface. As they stepped closer, the hair slowly slipped back into the ground and vanished. Their fear spiked when they noticed the empty grave right beside it.
My track skills would have been
They had
on.
just seen a trick of the light, but something trying to claw its way out.
Real or fake, chat? Is that real or fake?
Meu Deus do céu.
That's creepy.
School gin. Anas Abood, known for exploring abandoned places.
In case you don't know, with a jinn, I think a jinn is more of the Eastern religion, like I believe in India, Pakistan, that kind of stuff. They believe the evil spirits are called jinns, and they believe they can pose as kids, animals, different things. So if anybody has anything else to add, please write that down in the chat about a jinn.
Ventured into an old school rumored to be haunted. He and his friends made their way through the dark halls until they reached the playground. That's when they spotted something chilling. A figure standing completely still, staring at them.
Does the figure have a head?
Locals later claimed the school had been tied to a jinn, allegedly used by the principal to gain power. The story goes that he passed under mysterious circumstances just months before the school shut down. What Annas filmed that night may have been tied to that very legend.
Something's there, but I can't tell what it is, chat.
Voodoo on subway. In the middle of a crowded subway, a woman was caught doing something deeply unsettling. Hidden in her hands was what looked like a voodoo doll, and she kept driving a needle into it over and over. She didn't even try to conceal it, and the camera caught everything. She didn't care about the people around her, and no one knew who the doll was meant to represent. But the sight of someone performing such a ritual in public sent shivers down the spines of those who saw it. Some say she was casting a dark spell, others believe she was under a spell herself. But either way, the footage left behind more questions than answers.
Wow. Chat, one of the fastest growing religions right now is women getting into witchcraft, and men. You know, they have this thing where they say good magic, bad magic. There is no such thing, right? My opinion, right? It's all just tricks for you to think it is, but you can't control the unknown. What did I say, chat? always question the unknown. Do your lookups, do your research, and don't just follow a trend. But people are doing it and they're saying it's growing very fast because they believe it's bringing them all kind of fortune. They believe in it can heal all this other stuff. Nah. Be very, very careful and take it very, very serious. See what we got.
Faceless passenger. In India, a bus driver was wrapping up his shift late at night when he noticed a lone passenger seated quietly in the back. Something about her made him uneasy, so he called out and asked to see her face. When she finally turned, his blood ran cold. There was no face, just darkness where her features should have been. The terrified driver stopped the bus and called the police, but when they arrived, the passenger was gone. She was never seen in the area again.
At first I thought I seen something and then it did look like pitch black. That's crazy.
One man claimed he ordered a doll from the dark web that came with an unsettling presence. At first, it seemed harmless, but then he noticed its head would move as though watching him wherever he went. Trying to dismiss it, he turned on the lights and picked it up. That's when things got stranger. A stack of files on his table suddenly toppled over on their own. From that moment, he was convinced this wasn't just a doll, but something far more aware. And it was keeping its eyes on him. Paranormal activity caught. In this ghostly clip, a grandmother was celebrating her birthday with her entire family filing the event. And singing the song. For the first couple of seconds, everything was normal, but then a dark, small shadow ran past her. This ghostly figure ran from the right side
they had
where there were
Dragon Ball Z speed.
Vanished behind the grandmother. No one reacted to it when it happened.
That real or fake, chat?
It was only caught on camera.
That was quick.
Chairs moving. Late one night, CCTV cameras inside an empty office recorded something chilling. At first, a single chair shifted across the floor with no one around. Then, one by one, more chairs began to move on their own. The footage makes it look as though something unseen was deliberately rearranging the furniture. Whatever it was, it wasn't stopping until everything was disturbed. Some now believe this office was abandoned because of repeated events like this, making it less a workplace and more a haunting ground. Abandoned house. Visitors often spoke about hearing children crying inside this abandoned home, and one man decided to see for himself. That turned out to be his biggest mistake. Only a few minutes in, he began to hear it too. Soft cries echoing through the halls. At first, he brushed it off, but when footsteps creaked above him, the mood shifted. He looked up, and there it was.
He was shook.
Dark, unrecognizable.
Chat, he was shook. He heard them steps. He's like, once again, how do people find these places, chat? Do they look online? And going back to the last one before that, where the guy bought a weird mannequin from the dark web. Now, the dark web, to me, is exactly what it's called. The dark web. There's a lot of creepy stuff on there. Don't go there, chat. And this guy ordered from there. And now all these weird things are happening to him. But let's get to this Smack Nation participant right here.
Shape peeking out from the doorway. The entity never fully revealed itself, but that glimpse was enough. Shaken to his core, he rushed out of the house, knowing he had seen something he was never meant to.
Whoa, I saw that, chat.
Basement.
That's what you get.
The man filming this was hired to remodel an empty house, but it didn't stay quiet for long. Strange noises echoed through the rooms, and he went looking for the source. Hello? When he reached the basement, he called out into the darkness below, and that's when things turned terrifying.
We don't do creepy basements.
lights
no.
began to flicker violently, as if something down there was answering him. The shock was so intense that he dropped his phone and ran. He later admitted
That
he
door
would
open?
never step foot inside that house again. And after seeing this footage, it's not hard to understand why. Sinister
I think that door open.
doppelgangers. This chilling encounter took place in Pakistan when a team of paranormal investigators entered an abandoned building rumored to be haunted by something far darker than a regular spirit. Locals claimed the entity inside could mimic the form of anyone who dared to step in. As
See, those are
team
the gens they're
approached,
talking
a
about. They could
disturbing
mimic
sound
things.
echoed through the building.
Show us. What do you see, chat? I didn't see anything.
Then, a shadowy figure
Oh.
appeared, terrified but determined. The investigators pushed
It's still there?
further inside, and that's when the haunting escalated. Instead of one shadow, they were met with something far worse. Perfect copies of themselves. The sight left them shaken to the core. Imagine walking into a place only to find your own doubles waiting in the darkness. That's exactly what happened here.
No.
And it's one of the most terrifying cases ever recorded.
Real or fake, chat? I mean, I've never seen that before, but it almost looked a little cap because they have all three of them there. It almost looked like it was a photo taken of them being in there. Now they're saying it's a doppelganger. I don't know, chat. You know anything about that below? Please let me know, but I'm calling cap.
Mysterious road encounter. A dash cam captured a chilling scene on a 3-lane road late at night. Without warning, a young woman appeared in the middle of the roadway, blocking the driver's path. She wouldn't move, standing firm as if demanding he stop. At first, the driver thought it was some kind of trap, or maybe a stranger that needed help. But the way she stayed there, her posture, the way she was acting, made him suspect something.
Oh,
far
hell
darker,
no.
fearing what he might be walking into. The driver chose not to engage and sped away. That decision may have saved him from a night he'd never return from. Ghost at the door.
Now, chat, I will back him up on that one. You know, human trafficking, abduction has been increased. It's at like a 1.9 million in the U.S. today. And that's not even counting other countries, but they use these techniques of distraction. Sometimes you'll see a car parked on the side of the road with the hood up, like they need help. Don't fall for that. They got AAA, let them call, family member, friend. Don't pull over, especially at nighttime. And they also do this, where it looks like a damsel in distress, saying, help me. And then next you know, people will come out of nowhere and you never hear from that person again. So chat, think of safety first. Always have personal safety on you, but the best safety you can have, chat, is your brain. All right? Common sense. Let's go.
4. Cameras often reveal things we can't see with our own eyes, and this surveillance footage from Argentina proves it. Around 2:30 a.m., the faint figure of a semi-transparent woman appeared at the entrance of a store. The strange part,
I don't
the
see
owner
nothing.
who was there in person didn't see anyone. Startled, he grabbed his phone and filmed the same spot, but nothing showed up. In all his years of running the store, he said he had never experienced anything like it, leaving him to wonder what...
I see like the image, but the camera's so wonky. I don't see anything.
Cemetery girl. One evening in Arizona, a man filming from his balcony caught something that still unsettles viewers today. Across the street in a cemetery, a barefoot girl dressed in white wandered between the graves. He and a friend called out, but she never looked up, never slowed down.
You be watching a ghost.
No, she looked like a medical patient escaped or something.
The darkness. Then, without warning, she was gone. Locals later said the description fit a young girl from the area who was never given a proper burial, leading many made to believe her spirit is still wandering, searching for the peace she never found.
She look at us. You're going the whole way. You scared me. You really scared me. You scared the out of me.
They're stupid.
Backyard intruder. A homeowner kept receiving ring notifications late at night, each time showing someone outside. When he finally checked, he was stunned. An eerie figure dressed in white was drifting through his backyard. When he shared the clip online, he admitted he thought it could be the spirit of his late wife, but others weren't so sure. To many, the strange shape and movement looked more like a Fresno crawler, one of the strangest cryptids ever caught on camera. Whatever it was, it left the man with more questions than answers.
It's called Crappy Video.
Murder. He had just gotten home when a strange feeling hit him, like someone was standing way too close. Then came the whisper, soft but clear.
Jesus Christ.
Leave now. Nervously searching the house, he spotted something that froze him. A
Yo.
blurry shadow figure hiding
I saw
behind
that,
the
chat.
bathroom curtain.
Yo.
What should have been a quiet night turned into one of the scariest encounters he'll never forget. Apartment apparition. Late one night, mysterious footage was taken outside an apartment complex. On the first floor, a shadowy figure darts across the frame. Strangely, there's a man standing below, yet he doesn't react at all. No sound, no movement, nothing to suggest anyone had passed. What makes this even harder to dismiss is that the man filming it was recording straight from his camera, showing the clip hadn't been tampered with. If that's the case, then it looks like this building may have its very own ghost. Guadalajara.
But chat, how is he supposed to, if he's down below, how would he know anyone's going across? I guess they mean the vibration, but sometimes someone can walk by, you don't know they're there. I admit it was a creepy shadow, but I don't know, is that real or fake?
Mystery. At the Museo Palacio Ocampo in Guadalajara, Mexico, a visitor
They're like a
captured
creepy
something
damn
truly
place.
unsettling. The museum is known for its
Does
darker
she move?
exhibits, and one of them features a wax figure of Maria Sabina.
Yo, that
the
looked
legendary
real
shaman
as
remembered
heck.
for her use of mushrooms in
That looked just
spiritual
like her,
rituals.
chat.
The figure sat quietly in a corner, posed as part of the display, while her story played out behind her. But then, the visitor noticed something he couldn't believe. The statue's head slowly turned toward him, as if it were alive.
Oh, hell no. That's crazy.
Yo.
There were no wires, no motors, no reason for it to move on its own. Some believe it was more than just wax, that maybe the energy of the
Real or
place
fake,
allowed
chat?
Maria Sabina's spirit to make herself known through her likeness. Was this just an illusion, or did the shaman truly return for a brief moment? Comment your thoughts below. Haunted bathroom. In South Korea, a hotel guest was practicing a speech in front of the bathroom mirror, filming himself for rehearsal, but his footage revealed far more than just his reflection. In one of the smaller mirrors beside him, a ghostly figure appeared.
Excuse me.
Its face,
I'm calling cap on that.
veiled, its head veiled, watching silently from just inches away. The
Chat, don't it look like, you know how they use like the prosthetic masks in Asian films, and it'd be that same type of look. Looks just like that. I don't know about this one. I'm calling cap.
guest hadn't noticed it at the time, only realizing later when he reviewed.
But then again, I could be wrong.
Disturbed, he uploaded the clip to TikTok, where it quickly spread, leaving viewers convinced that this hotel room wasn't empty at all.
Because he didn't run.
Encounter. In New York, a woman
He
was
wasn't
startled when
surprised.
the doorbell rang at 3 a.m. Too late for a visitor, she checked the peephole and froze. Staring back at her was part of a face, just one wide, unblinking eye. The skin looked
Damn
almost
creeps out there.
transparent, as though it wasn't entirely human. She didn't dare.
Looks a little
open the door.
transparent though, doesn't it?
Moments earlier, the elevator had opened on her floor, but no one had stepped out. It was as if this thing had ridden the elevator up just to reach her door.
I don't know, chat.
While walking through a park in South Korea, a man noticed a woman sitting by herself on a bench. Something about her body language felt strange, almost frozen.
Why is he all up on her? It's crazy.
Help. He walked closer, but that was a mistake. When she finally raised her head, her face contorted into something disturbingly inhuman, like it twisted into a mask of evil. Her movements grew more erratic until suddenly she began chasing him. The man panicked,
hell no.
away quickly, but never taking his eyes off her.
What?
He couldn't tell if this was possession or something even worse. One thing was certain: he needed to get out of there before she caught up.
Yo, that looked creepy as hell.
Figure. In the Philippines, 4 friends were filming themselves at home when the camera picked up something none of them noticed at the time. From the staircase behind them, a pale figure with long black hair could be seen peeking down, its hollow eyes fixed on the group. At first glance, it almost looked human, but its ashen face gave it away. The friends only realized what they had captured later, and the sight of that eerie figure staring down at them left no doubt.
Could that have been another roommate?
In the house that night. Time for today's subscribers' pick of the day. On March 23rd, 2024, a couple posted a video that quickly grabbed attention online. The woman, Crystal, thought she was doing something sweet by coming home early to surprise her husband. But what actually happened left them both shaken. Instead of a happy reunion, Crystal walked right into a terrifying experience. Something unexplainable appeared in their home.
Yo.
And the couple realized they weren't alone. Scared out of their minds, they left the house and spent the night in their car. While sitting there, the husband recorded this clip explaining exactly what had just unfolded.
Yeah. We're just outside because we don't feel safe being in there anymore, so we're just gonna go to bed.
Even then, they were hoping things would calm down with time, but encounters like this don't simply fade away. Paranormal investigators often warn that once an apparition makes itself known, it tends to linger until the place is cleansed.
All right, chat. That is what I have for today. On Smack Nation. Once again, those were some very interesting clips. Very interesting. Some were, wow. The reaction that I seen looked very real reaction. But once again, guys, always protect yourself. Always make sure that you're with someone. And please leave the unknown alone. Okay, chat. Thank you. I'm going to tune out for the next episode of Smack Nation, where we give you a reaction to scary, creepy videos. All right, chat. Once again, 1, 2, 3, and we're out. Peace.